If you want to get thousands of views on your next LinkedIn video, there's two things you need to fix. In 2025, LinkedIn accounts and marketeers that post videos are getting 5 times more exposure than accounts that just post text. But it's a little bit more complicated than just posting any old content. In fact, if your videos don't hit the 2 golden benchmarks of the LinkedIn algorithm, they'll stop getting recommended and they'll stop getting views. So how do you win with LinkedIn video in 2025? Over the last few years, we've posted hundreds of videos across multiple social platforms, and we found that there are 2 specific differences between videos that get hundreds of views and videos that get thousands. And it all comes down to those 2 golden rules for success, which you can plan for right now, starting with something that I like to call the 3-second thumbnail. Now, obviously, videos on LinkedIn do technically have thumbnails, but these still images aren't that important to your overall reach because most videos are now watched in the new video feed. So much like YouTube Shorts or TikTok, the LinkedIn algorithm needs another way to figure out if your content is actually interesting to people. And they do that by analyzing how many people watch the first 3 to 5 seconds of your video and keep watching instead of swiping away. And this very first part of your video is also known as the hook. Thumbnails on YouTube are supposed to build intrigue and grab enough attention so you click and start watching the video. And your LinkedIn video hook needs to do the exact same thing. It needs to grab attention during the first few seconds of appearing, otherwise LinkedIn will assume it's not interesting and stop recommending it. This is why you'll often see a surge of views very quickly after you first post. This is a test audience to see if your videos are attracting their attention. But how do you create an irresistible hook for your videos? Well, we can talk about pacing, we can talk about editing, we can talk about scripting, but honestly, none of that matters if your central video idea is too boring. It almost goes without saying that you need to find the best possible video ideas that your audience actually wants to watch. So you should start by thinking of the top most pressing issues that face your customers and clients on a daily basis and list them. So for us here at Veed, we're an AI-powered video creation platform. So we focus on video creation problems that we can provide simple solutions for. This could be things like how to add captions to your video, how to fix bad audio, or how to collaborate on videos with your wider team. You can brainstorm ideas using AI like ChatGPT, but for me, the best resource for content ideation is on LinkedIn itself. Repurposing successful text posts is a really great way to start making content. You can start by looking at your own feed for any posts that have done particularly well that you could turn into a video, but also look at your competitors. What's working for them? What's getting engagement? And how can you add your own unique perspective on those same ideas? You then need to package those ideas into a short and compelling hook that grabs attention instantly. A big mistake that a lot of people make is just winging it when it comes to making videos, whereas focused, structured, and scripted video content tends to do a lot better. Well thought out content gets straight to the point and tells a more succinct story. There's no room for rambling in short form videos because it's so easy to scroll on to the next video. So using the best video structure in every video script is super important, especially in those first few seconds. In my opinion, the best possible way to open a LinkedIn video is to start with an intriguing question that you answer by the end. This opens up something called a curiosity loop that your audience can only close by watching right until the end. In other words, it gives them a reason to carry on watching. Now, you know your business and customers better than anyone else, so use those ideas that we already talked about and phrase them in the most engaging way. So if I wanted to make a short form video about how to get more followers and views on LinkedIn, I might start them like this. Why are your videos not getting any views? Or maybe this. How I went from 400 followers to 10,000 followers in less than 30 days. Or maybe this. Do you want to get views on LinkedIn videos, but they keep getting stuck on 0? Try starting with a bold claim or a mind-blowing fact that compels the audience to carry on watching. But crucially, keep it short. Remember, you only have a maximum of 5 seconds to grab their attention and stop them from swiping away, so make every single second count. You can do this by making your hook visually engaging too. When your content appears in the video feed, it needs to have a visual impact to help grab attention. You can start doing this by recording in a well-lit environment and recording at the highest possible quality that you have, but you can also increase your engagement in the editing process. In my videos, I like to use a slight zoom effect at the start of my hook, so when people scroll onto my video in the feed, there's an instant visual impact that forces them to pay attention. You should also always use subtitles to highlight your speech on screen. It's really important to remember that a lot of people watch vertical videos with the sound off, so you want those people to be able to follow along even if your content is muted. Now, you will get most of your video views from the new video feed, but that is not the only place that you'll be discovered. LinkedIn videos also appear in large panels on the main feed as well. So the text post that sits directly above your video is also pretty important, and it should tie directly into your hook. Your first 5 seconds are already the most eye-catching and engaging part of your entire video. So start that text post with the exact same thing. You should then fill out the rest of the post with some very similar text to what you used in your video script. You can even add some more information. Treat it like a bit of a blog post. And this is actually really important for the algorithm. Not only will more information let LinkedIn know exactly what your video is about and who it's for, but dwell time is also a massive factor for the algorithm. The longer people stop scrolling in the main feed and read your post, the better it is for you. This is exactly why people tend to leave lots of spaces between each line in a LinkedIn text post, because it's really good for the algorithm. To save time, you could add your video script into ChatGPT and get it to write a post for you. Keep adding prompts to give you more information, but I always recommend tailoring that post to your own specific voice. AI can only take you so far, but sadly, writing a great post and creating a great video intro isn't enough to send your video viral, which brings us to golden rule number 2. Grabbing the attention of an audience and stopping them from swiping away is only half of the work. You then need to keep them engaged for the entire video. So again, you need to have the best possible video structure to make it impossible for them to scroll. And I think the best way to do this is by telling stories with a clear beginning, middle, and end. Start with that irresistible hook, add more mini hooks throughout the video, and always withhold the main answer or the resolution until the very end. Just drip feed information along the way. Mini hooks throughout your video could be anything from an interesting fact to a twist in the story, or even just a joke to break up the momentum. You should also consider adding a call to action right at the end of your video, but only if it's super relevant. You don't want to be constantly selling to your audience because they'll get fatigued by it. And to be honest, it's just as important to entertain and inform your audience as it is to sell them your product. Another really effective way to boost retention on your videos is to add a loop back around to the start. Videos in the LinkedIn feed replay automatically, so if you can get your viewers to watch a video for a second time, it makes you look really good to the algorithm. And this loop back around to the start method is something you can plan for right at the start in your scripting process. You just need to find the right sort of sentence structure to make your outro flow directly back into your intro. Something a bit like this. So now you know exactly what the hell is happening with CapCut. And crucially, always boil down your scripts to only the bare essential information. Never ramble, never go off topic, and always cut your videos down to the shortest possible length. Your videos need to be really lean to succeed. But the great news is you're choosing to post videos on LinkedIn at the exact right time. The video feed has only just launched, so competition is really low. And honestly, a lot of the content on LinkedIn right now isn't that great, and a lot of the videos are actually pretty boring. So this is a huge opportunity to get on a platform at the right time and maximize your growth. And if you want to learn how to put together a super engaging LinkedIn video right now, you need to watch this video next.
All right, so I'm currently at my dashboard on smmshiba.com, and do not get confused by the website names. SMM Shiba and SMM Dodge are actually the same website. So all you have to do once you've created yourself an account here is to go on list, click on this category icon, select, and here you want to select something, basically any option that says you from with video. So I'm going to choose this one right here, and this should be already fine. 2014, 2017, yeah. Now I'm going to click on buy, confirm, and now you can go onto your product orders, and you will see this is pending. All right, the order is now completed. This didn't even take 2 minutes. What you want to do now is you want to copy that ID, and we want to be organized, right? Especially if we have multiple channels, you will not find them again. So make sure to save it somewhere.